Hello, guys. If you are looking for a scholarship, a fully funded scholarship, which covers your full tuition fee, your accommodation, and even your flight ticket, then you're watching the right video. Because in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Chevening Scholarship for Master's Program in the UK. And we are very lucky because we have a recipient of this Chevening Scholarship with us who is going to enlighten us about the scholarship. And all you need to do is watch right through to the end, get a pen and a paper to jot down important points, and make sure that you like this video and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hey Rita, it's nice to have you with us today.
Hello, Jane. I'm happy to be here as well.
It's a pleasure to have you with us, and we're really waiting to hear everything you have for us today about the Chevening Scholarship. So first of all, how are you enjoying the UK?
The UK is amazing. The weather is annoying, but we're doing it. It's a different experience completely, and I mean, I'm happy to be here. Gives you the
Nice,
opportunity to
nice.
travel and everything. So I mean, why not?
Cool. So let's start with the introduction. Kindly introduce yourself to us.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Rita Uzoma Okolo, and I am a legal practitioner. I'm a lawyer with over 5 years of litigation experience. I have done litigation for 5 years. I've also done a couple of human rights practice in the past 5 years as well. I am currently undertaking my master's in international human rights law at the Queen Mary University of London as a recipient of the Chevening Scholarship 2023-2024 cohort. I also own a nonprofit called the Euro Foundation. It is catered towards financial independence and economic empowerment of women. And yes, I think that's the sum total of me.
Interesting. And also she's a YouTuber, and we're going to leave
Yes.
her the link to our YouTube channel in the description. Let's go
Okay.
straight into it, and we're going to have next question. Tell us what are the benefits of being a Chevening scholar?
Ooh, the benefits of being a junior scholar. Where do I start? Okay, let me start from, I mean, the most obvious money, financial
Okay, money.
benefits, right? So you're not paying for anything. So essentially, the freedom to concentrate on your studies without
Yeah,
thinking, hey, how will I raise school fees? How will I work 10 jobs to raise my fees? How will I pay my rent? That's one of the benefits of being a junior scholar. The second, or for some people, even the first most important benefit of being a Chevening scholar is the network you gain. Eugene,
yeah,
when I tell you that I have met amazing, amazing people, I'm not even joking. From where? From Kenya, from islands I've never even heard of,
all over the world.
all over the world. It's amazing, you know. And then even your cohort, your immediate cohort of scholars in your country, these are people that normally on a normal day you probably would not have intersected, right?
Yeah,
They are doing their own thing in their own different fields, but Chidney brings all of you amazing people together, and you can rub minds on people that are very intellectually like-minded. Like it's just
yeah, yeah,
amazing. You know, the link you get from the kind of schools you go to. So I mean, on your own, you probably wouldn't have been able to go to the school. Like on my own, I know that I would not have been able to afford Queen Mary University of London. It runs into millions of naira. So I wouldn't have been able to
yeah.
come here. And so the interface with the school, the lecturers, the opportunity to become an alumni of like an amazing Russell Group school
Mm-hmm.
is also another benefit.
Amazing.
So there are a lot of benefits, but these are the three major benefits that you get. And then of course, short courses, the scholarship exposes you to internships, short
Mm-hmm.
courses, fully paid for also,
Yeah,
you know, and then just a plethora of amazing opportunities. Chevening is not one any, it's not a scholarship anybody should sleep on, to be honest.
yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of benefits, and I also read on their website accommodation is also covered.
Yeah, so that's the thing. They give you stipends every month,
Yeah.
timely stipends, I must say, every month,
How
which
much is the
covers.
stipend?
I'm not allowed to say because
Oh,
the
really?
major reason, yes, the major reason I think I'm not allowed to say is it changes. So, and I
Uh-huh.
say a specific amount now, and maybe they might revise it, and then people are like,
Yeah.
"Oh, but they said this is the amount," so it changes, and it's not the same amount for those that are in London and
Okay.
those in other
How much
places.
was it last year?
In fact, you know, last year, my set, the amount is not the same amount it was last 2 years. See, you see why it's very dangerous to put a specific peg. Just know that
Yeah.
it will be enough to cover your accommodation,
Yeah.
your feeding, and say your movement, like your transportation. If
And you
you
have
want
little to
money
save.
for Louis Vuitton bags and extra savings, you have to take on a
Do some other.
part-time job. Exactly.
Yeah. But at
But
least
just know that,
you have a little to save, right?
well, again, it depends on where you live and
And
your
how you spend.
spending and how you spend. So
Mm-hmm.
for us that live in London, savings is not exactly easy,
Hmm.
largely because our rent is way higher.
True.
When I tell you, I used to pay £925 every month
For
in
rent.
rent. In rent,
Wow.
that's over a million, 1.5 million every
Yeah.
month in rent
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
a school accommodation,
In London.
in London.
Yeah.
So that's to tell you that. So for someone else that was paying, say, 600,
Mm-hmm.
obviously the person will be able to save much more than I would.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it depends on your spending and all your other expenses. I had a friend who was very into designer bags. Obviously, she probably wouldn't be able to save as much.
Yeah.
I had someone who was into traveling. Person also probably. So it just depends on what you spend and how your money goes, really.
Yeah, yeah. But the interesting thing is that it's fully funded and it's going to
Fully
cover your
funded.
basic needs and even your flight
Everything you
ticket
need.
to the UK.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Even your TB tuberculosis test. It covers your
yeah.
tuberculosis test. You don't pay for
What about
that.
the visa?
You
Visa
don't pay you
application
don't
fee?
pay any visa fees. It's
Mm-hmm.
zero. In fact, when you check out and click I'm a Achieving Scholar, what shows is zero, zero naira, zero
You're
comma. You don't pay
cleared.
anything. You're cleared.
Yeah, so fully funded. Okay, thank you. Let's go to the next question. What are the eligibility criteria to win the scholarship or to be
Before we
eligible?
go to this question, Eugene, can I just quickly state that it's fully funded, but it does not cover like your costs within the country. So before you travel for your scholarship, obviously now, if you live in a state like say Imo State or
Yeah.
Zamfara, and you need to do your visa, you might need to go to Abuja, or maybe you might need to travel to Lagos, right?
No. Yeah.
They won't give you money to do all those within Nigeria travel you want to be traveling to go
Uh,
and do your, obviously, they
yeah.
won't give you. But anything
Obviously.
from, yes, anything from it. So, because some people say, oh, and we want to travel to go and get the visa done. They won't give you your money to enter GUO or God is good. Just so you know. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, then let's talk about the eligibility criteria. What are the eligibility criteria for this scholarship?
Okay. So first things first, to get the Achievement Scholarship, you must be a university graduate. Okay, so you must have graduated from a university or tertiary institution in Nigeria. I've had
Mhm.
a couple of people in my cohort, I think 2 or 3 people in my cohort actually graduated from polytechnics.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that's a new one.
Wow.
So yes, you can also be a polytechnic graduate, but you have to know that as a polytechnic graduate, you have to be somebody that has really done a lot. Your
Yeah,
profile will speak for you
yeah.
to cover up the fact that you're not a
But
university graduate.
that is quite new. So if you graduate from a polytechnic, you can also apply. But I believe if you have a good
Yes,
letter of motivation and other
and
other
other things
documents
backing
that
you up.
back you up.
Exactly. Volunteering
Okay.
experiences, leadership experiences, and all of that. Then you
Yeah,
just might be able to,
to
you
get
know,
in.
to get in. You also must have gotten a 2-1. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's the minimum criteria. I have again seen people that made it with a 2-2. But again, just like with the Polytechnic,
Yeah, you have
your
to
profile has
cover up.
to really stand out,
Yeah.
for them to consider you with a 2-2. Then of course you must get your transcripts and all of that from your school because you're going to need
Mhm.
those to apply. And then
Yeah.
you must, to be eligible, you must be, how do I put it? You must be some sort of leader or some sort of, you must have gained some sort of experiences, work
Yeah.
experiences,
Yeah.
right? So
Uh-huh.
your work experience must be 2 years or
Okay.
at least 2,800 hours of work experience. And this work experience does not include all these mandatory internships in school, like all these ones that maybe when you're in fourth year, they say
Yeah.
you must do IT
An
as part
internship.
of
Yeah.
your education. That does not include. It
Doesn't
could be
count.
yeah, it doesn't count. But work experiences like volunteering, internships that you've taken on your own, that does not form part of your grading in school. Volunteering, internships, part-time work, full-time work, all of them count towards your work experience. So it must be 2 years of work experience or 2,800 hours of work
Yeah.
experience. Yes. So graduate 2-1, 2 years or 2,008 hours of work experience, and then have all your other like leadership, volunteering experiences, and other qualifications as well. So these are the basic criteria.
Okay, thank you very much. Talking about documents, let's get to know the documents needed to apply for the scholarship.
Okay, so the first things first, obviously, you need your transcripts, right? You
Okay.
need and I don't mean certificate. They might ask you for it, but I can't expressly remember putting. But the most important thing you need are your transcripts, and your transcripts are essentially the breakdown of your results from your university or your polytechnic. So the breakdown of your results, which means you need to apply to your school to get it. So if you know that you're going to be applying for the Achievement Scholarship come August, these are the things you need to start getting in line already. Okay. And you don't need it immediately you apply. What do I mean? At that point, when you're submitting the application form with your 4 essays and everything, you can submit without these documents. They will still give you a little time. There will be a deadline for you to upload all the documents that is required, right? So
Yeah.
if your school has not sent your transcript yet by the deadline of when you're supposed to submit your Chipnin application, that should be no. I know it's opening
Yeah.
August.
Yeah. The deadline it opens 6th of August and the deadline
August,
is
yeah,
5th of November.
exactly. I know it's
Yeah.
usually November. So by that 5th of November, even if you've not gotten like all your transcripts, you
Yeah.
know, just still submit your application and then work towards getting it by the deadline that they put on the site. So check because the deadline changes every year. So check to see what the deadline to upload your documents are on the Chimney website for this year. So usually, but don't fret. But immediately you know that you want to apply, I think you should start applying to your school right now for your transcript. So you need your
Yeah.
transcripts.
Do you sorry to cut you? Do you have to upload the transcript or or the university your university sends it directly to
Oh no, you
check?
can upload your transcript yourself
Okay.
to Chimney. Of course, it has to be a stamped copy. You not just upload.
Yeah.
It has to
Yeah.
be.
Does it
It
have to
has
be
to be.
certified maybe in the courts?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be
Okay.
certified. People that need all those certifications are maybe those that their transcripts are not in English.
Okay.
So you need to revise it in English and have a notary public stamp it and all of that. But
Yeah.
if your transcripts are in English and they have been stamped by your school and everything, you can upload it.
You can
You can
upload that.
upload it. Yes, you can upload that.
Okay. Transcript.
You
What
need your
else?
transcripts. You need your international passport,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. You need your international passport. Then, of course, any certification that you claim that you have and all of that, you might
Yeah.
also need to provide that. Yes, I think these are the basic documents. Any
Letter of
other documents
motivation.
you require? Personal statement. I don't think Chivnin doesn't require a personal statement. Chivnin has 4 essays that you need to write.
Okay. And this can be found in the application portal or something.
Exactly, it's there on the
Um,
application portal. Exactly. So you
okay.
don't need to. You don't need to.
Yeah, to upload
Um,
that document.
you don't need to upload any personal statement. Where you need your personal statements are when you need to apply to your schools that you
Yeah.
have chosen. Exactly. Of course,
Okay.
every school will require personal statements from you and
Yeah.
every other document that they require. Some schools will require IELTS. Some schools will
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, we can
No.
handle it with your WIEC result. But for
Yeah.
Chevening, the basic documents you need are your transcripts, your international passport or travel documents, and
Okay.
all other documents that they
Yeah.
require.
Yeah. So IELTS depends on the school you're applying to. We are going to go into the application steps so you will know what to do first and what to do, how to apply. But
Yes.
yeah, just to clear this, IELTS is not mandatory for the Chevening
For
body
Chivney, no,
itself.
Chivney doesn't really care about
Need that.
your English
Yeah.
language requirements, especially because I
Uh,
mean they have your transcripts and you're
yeah.
writing your essays in English. So and they
Mm-hmm.
also know that the school will do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
one thing that is required too is that you must have an offer.
Yeah. And there is no application fee for Chevening.
No, there isn't. There
But
isn't an
some
application
universities
fee.
in the UK might have application fees, some others would not.
Yes, so some do, especially Russell Group schools. I think
Mm,
Oxford has an application fee. A lot of these Russell Group high tier Russell, like tier one Russell Group schools,
yeah,
Oxford, Cambridge,
yeah, they have an application fee.
that helps them to cut down on
Application,
applications that might not
yeah.
exactly.
Right now, we're going to go into the application steps. So, what
Okay,
are the application steps? And before you answer this, the Chevening scholarship can be used for any university and any program in the
in
UK,
the
right?
UK, yes, it can. However, you have fee caps.
Sorry.
So for you have a fee cap. For instance,
Okay.
let me explain that. For you can use the Children's Scholarship for any program and for any university in the United Kingdom.
Okay.
However, if you are doing an MBA, there is a cap. You must not pick a school where you pay more than as at last there was a time it was 18,000. I know they increased it to 22K, 22,000 pounds, but
Mm,
I don't know whether they've increased it again. So I
yeah.
think the last time I checked, it was 22,000 pounds. So if your MBA is more than, for instance, now my school fees is more than 22,000 pounds, and
Mm,
chimney paid, and
oh,
chimney paid. Some people's school fees are 38K, 40K. People in Oxford, obviously. I have
mm,
scholars in my center in Oxford. They're paying a
a
lot,
lot.
a lot, and chimney will pay. But if it is an MBA that you want
Yeah.
to do, chimney will
Yeah.
fund. But if your school fees is more than 22K, then they will not fund the difference. So if
Okay.
your
You have
school
to
fees is
cover the
like
difference.
30K, 30,000 pounds, chimney is only funding up to 22K. If you still want to go, the remaining 8,000, you will do it yourself,
You do it yourself. Is this just for MBA?
just for MBA. Every other master's
Mm.
program in every other school. Don't worry, you'll be going.
Okay. So those going for MBA, you should be guided.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So then, what are the application steps?
Okay. Application steps. You go to www.chimney.org and create an
Okay.
account.
Yeah.
So you go to the Chimney website, you create an account. Of course, you save your password and your username so that you can always relog in whenever you want. You don't have to complete your application immediately at a go.
Yeah.
You can always come back to it until you finish it. I think the first step is the contact details and personal information, just like every other application form in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
So you fill in your all your details, your personal information. Oh, I just remembered I actually have a video detailing these steps, like showing you on
Okay.
my YouTube channel, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
We're going to link that particular video in the
So
description.
so I do have that. So you go in, you fill in your personal details, and then the form is very, very easy to fill. It just keeps taking you. Once you finish one stage, it takes you to the next
Yeah.
stage.
To the
You
next
have a
stage.
stage for your essays. In that stage, you see open boxes in Microsoft Word for your essays. So you can type your essays directly
Uh-huh.
there on the portal, which I will never advise in this world. Don't try it. If you want to write your essays in Microsoft Word on your computer.
Yeah.
Use Grammarly, edit all your mistakes, edit everything. Make sure your essays are superb and nice before you copy and paste in the
Into
chevening
the
boxes
box.
on the
Yeah.
portal. Don't just go and be typing.
Mm.
Some people will go and be typing the
Yeah.
essay right there and then. How? Chevening essays take a while to write. So if you're
Yeah.
writing your essay in like 2 days, you should know that you're probably not going to be putting in as
Yeah.
much as somebody who has taken 2 months to carefully curate their essays, edit,
Exactly.
send to scholars for proofreading and all of that. Okay.
Exactly.
So when you're done putting in your essays, I think the next step is for your documentation. So this is where you upload your transcripts, your international passport. This is where you also see where you can upload offer letters from universities if you have gotten.
Yeah.
If you've not gotten, don't fret. That's why I said there's a date deadline where you can upload all your documents,
Yeah.
right? If by
I
that
think I have
deadline,
the dates.
okay,
11th of July. That is when you. That's the deadline to submit. 11th of July the next year. That is if you're
yeah,
applying for the Chevening scholarship for program starting in September next
mm-hmm,
year, then you have to upload by 11th of July next year.
exactly. So That's when you have to upload your offer letter. So don't fret, right? So this place is where you upload all the documentation that is required of you. And then there's a place called, I think, diversity and monitoring. This is where you do all your, are you a this one? Do you think you are, do you qualify as, maybe do you have an illness? Do you qualify as somebody who has a disability? This is
Oh,
just for them to know
just some questions, yeah.
just to know the people, the kind of people that are applying, essentially, to know if they have disabled people and all of that. And
Yeah.
then there's this survey form as well that you have to fill. I don't know if I should call it a survey form, but it's a form you have to fill where they'll ask you if you've had any criminal convictions, if you've ever lived in the UK, if you have any family member in the UK. Please, you see this form, be very careful when you're filling it. Read the question.
And understand
You
it.
answer yes or no and understand it. Not they will not ask you, do you intend to return after your studies? Some people will go
You
and
say
say,
no.
my dear.
Okay, just to note, for Chevening scholarship, you have to what?
You
Return
have to
back
return
to
to your
your home
country
country for at
for
least
two
2 years.
years. Yes,
Yeah.
after your studies. I think, oh, I'm sorry, Eugene. This form now is the pre-eligibility form. So before you even start, yes, once you create your account, before you even start, before they move you to the essay
This
part
stage.
and everything, you must fill this form. They'll ask you if you have like any family member that works in the British High Commission. So I think those people are barred from applying. I think if your
Yeah.
immediate family member works in the High Commission or something like that, I
Yeah,
think
you're
it's to
not
make it as
eligible.
fair as possible. Yeah, you're not eligible. So you have to be very careful when you're filling this part, because some people are filled no and to just tell you you're not eligible. It will even
Yeah.
allow you go to the application form and
Next
you'll be
stage.
wondering,
Yeah.
Jesus, what happened? So to now apply again, you might have to create a new email address and start looking for ways to bypass the system, which is not worth it. So please,
Yeah.
this evening form, look at it very, very well. It should just keep taking you from one step to the other until you finish filling it. It's very, very self-explanatory.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think it's the last thing you need to do is click on submit button and you're good to
Click
go.
on submit button and start waiting. By
Yeah.
mid-February, you should receive your results as to your essays. When the reading committee has finished assessing your essays, if your essays made the cut, then you'll be invited for an interview. The interviews usually take place from March up until, I think, the end of April, maybe first week of May. And then from then you have to wait until June, yes, mid-June, to hear the final results of the interview. If you pass your interview, then of course you're now a Chevening scholar if you have your offer from a university. If you don't have your offer from a university, sorry, you might lose the scholarship.
That'll be
Yeah,
bad.
that's how it goes. That'll be
I think
bad.
I've seen someone who got a scholarship but did not get admission into
Oh
the
my God,
program,
that is
and
the worst,
finally,
Eugene.
yeah, that's very painful to
Very
win a
painful.
scholarship and did not get admitted into your course, and then you had to
And
lose
that
the
is why I
scholarship.
always advise people, pick schools. I know that everybody wants to go to Oxford and Cambridge. You can use
Yeah,
one, you can pick one very Ivy League school, right?
yeah,
But also make sure that as part of your choices, you pick realistic schools that you know you can get into.
get
So
in.
schools that are
Get
also
in.
good, but you know that you will
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
get in. So that even if you don't get into Oxford, at least you have one offer. Because it will be very sad to
If you
go
don't
through
get
the
into
process of this
fine.
Herculean process of waiting 1 year for Chevening scholarship and you get it. And then what is now keeping you is an offer from a UK university. No, 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 no. It will be
Yeah,
very, very sad. Very, very
yeah.
sad.
So just apply to multiple universities, and yeah, definitely one of them should click in.
But you have only three options though.
Oh, just three options.
Three
Okay,
options on
apply
the
to three
Chevening,
universities.
three schools on the Chevening, because the school you pick must be part of the three schools that you have written in your essay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you must defend the schools you picked. There's an essay called Studying in the UK essay. This is where you tell Chevening why you have picked the schools you picked and why you have picked the
Yeah.
courses you picked. So
You
it must be
pick.
three
Yeah.
schools. You can pick
Okay.
three schools, the same course, like three different schools, the same course. For me now, I
Yeah.
picked Sussex, Queen Mary, and Edinburgh, International Human Rights Law. Or you can pick three different courses in one school.
Okay. There you have a lot of explanation to make on that.
Exactly.
Why did
But
you pick a
you
different
explain
course?
tire.
Totally different. You go explain entire.
You explain tire. So just generally pick the same course in
Yeah,
three
just
different schools.
it's better to pick the same course in different schools so you don't have to do too much explanation.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it will not look like you
Okay.
don't have career paths.
Yeah, yeah,
Only
yeah.
you
And
want
that
to do
can
different
yeah,
things.
that can reduce your chance actually, I think.
So just be safe.
Mm. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. I think there's a lot of information you have shared, and I believe my audience are jotting things down. Okay, so let's take this next one. Just briefly give us some tips for Chevney essay.
Okay, so I think the first thing I'll say is you should be authentic.
Yeah,
A lot of people these days just want to use AI and all of that, just write it anyhow and move on. I
yeah,
understand that there's like an ethical use of AI, but you should
yeah,
also note that Chimney thrives on authenticity. You don't copy anybody's essays. They are very big on plagiarism. Don't try it. They're very big on plagiarism. Just from your own experiences, your life experiences, your work experiences, carefully curate your essay. Be realistic, be smart with your goals. And in fact, this is not what we can even say in one video, to be honest, because
mm,
essays are a whole different video. It's a whole different ball game.
yeah,
Just know
yeah,
that you need to be authentic. Tell your own story, your real story, right? And you need to be smart about your goals. So when they're asking you for your career plan in your career plan essay, be smart, make it smart, simple, measurable, attainable. Make sure that they are realistic. Don't go and be
yeah.
saying random things just because you feel like they need gym people. No, be as
The,
real as possible, and write your essays yourself. You can
yeah.
have people edit for you, maybe proofread for you, look at it, give you tips on how to go and rewrite it and all of that. But don't give your essays to people to write for you. Don't copy people's essays, and definitely don't use AI unethically.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I strongly agree with you. Um, your essay, I think it's one of the most important part. Like any other scholarship, letter of motivation it's a very important part of your application. So you have
Mm-hmm.
to take it very seriously. It's not something that you have to rush through. Although,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I encourage you to look at essays. Like I have a scholarship ebook, which you can also check out with the YouTube with a link in the description. So there are essays from a letter of motivation from scholars who have won scholarships. So you can read through, and this will give you an inspiration. You're not expected to copy the essays from that ebook, but
Mm-hmm.
get an inspiration from their story so that it can ignite something in you that helps you tell your story better. So I encourage
Mm-hmm.
you to check it out in the YouTube video description. So the essay is a very important part, and you don't want to use an AI to write it because that's going to be generic, very very generic, and yeah, you don't want to
100 of you that
spend
use
your
that AI will
time.
have the same essay. That's
Yeah,
the
you don't
thing
want to
about
spend
AI.
yeah, you don't want to spend your time to apply to a scholarship only for you to use an AI to write the most important part of it. That would not be a good idea. Yeah, thank you very much. Let's go to the next question so we don't keep the beautiful lady waiting too long. So what made you stand out? What do you think made you stand out to win the Chevney scholarship?
My story, simple.
Mm,
My story was peculiar to me. My
yeah,
experiences were peculiar to me, and I
mm-hmm,
sold my story. So that's
yeah,
just it. That's the only thing about achieving scholarship. Own your story and sell it properly. And by sell
wow,
it properly, I mean in the way you write. Now you
yeah,
don't have to use flowery words, literary words. There was an essay I read, and I started laughing because it was that the guy even used. Go, I'm like, if I was in the reading committee, I would just laugh all through reading this essay.
and put it aside.
In the something of the you're not writing for Nollywood though.
Oh, yeah.
Writing an essay, like be authentic. Use normally in your everyday life, do you use those words?
Yeah, true.
People, these readers can tell. So just be authentic and sell yourself. That does not mean you now be writing. I now came and now became a lawyer by the grace of the living God. No, but
Yeah, you have to
you
put
need
up
to
an.
use flabbergasted in the oculus. No, it's not necessary.
Mm,
It's not necessary. Just sell your story properly. And there's something we call the STAR approach. You know,
Yeah.
when you're writing the achievement essays, there's something called the situation, the task, the action you took, and the results you gained. That's STAR.
Yeah.
Situation,
Yeah.
task, action, and result. That's why I said essays, a whole different video. So we might
Yeah.
have to do a new video for
You have
essays.
videos on essay in your channel.
That is what is on my channel.
That's what?
That is literally all that's on my channel.
Ah,
There's a lot
okay.
about achievement essays, how to write the networking, leadership, studying in the UK, all the achievement essays,
Yeah, so you
and
definitely
things you
want to
need
check
to bear
out
in mind.
Rita's channel to gain more insight on achieving
So yes,
scholarship
you can
and
actually check
essays.
that out,
Yeah.
so that you can know how to write your essays, but you need to take your time. Trust me,
Mm-hmm.
these essays are not an essay are not essays rather that you just want to rush. Take your
Yeah.
time,
True.
write it, and give achievement. There are thousands of achievement scholars who are always willing to help, I might add. Give a achievement
Mm.
scholar to look it over for you. They know what to
Yeah.
spot, they know what you should be emphasizing, and they'll help you do that. Give you a
Wow.
better chance.
Thank you very much. I believe the audience also say thank you. You can use the comment section if you have questions for Rita. Hopefully, she has some time to check them out. Yeah. So
Definitely.
we're going to the end of this, and yeah, still based on what we have been talking about. What are your final words for people, not particularly the Chevney scholarship, but generally a lot of people are trying to achieve their dreams of studying
Mhm.
abroad. So, what are your final words for such people?
Well, I'll just tell you that your dreams are very valid, and as long as you have dreamt it, you can do it. Don't listen to any naysayer saying, "Oh, this one, that one." I applied for Chimney 4 times. I got it on my fourth
Hmm.
try. I got
Four
it on my fourth
times.
try.
Oh,
Four
four
times.
times. So,
At a point, some people will say, "Ah, are you sure you not leave this thing? Go and collect master's
yeah.
form in Imo State University or University of Nigeria. Just rest."
Hmm.
But me, I knew what I wanted. I knew that I wanted to study abroad, and I knew that I did not want to pay 5 naira for it. I didn't want the
Hmm.
stress of having to work 10 jobs, and I won't be sleeping well because I'm owing school
Yeah,
fees.
because you're
So I
trying to
knew
pay
I
school fees.
wanted
Huh?
a fully funded scholarship abroad.
Yeah.
When I was telling God my wants, I made it very clear. God, I want a fully funded scholarship abroad, not here in
Yeah.
Nigeria, not partly funded. I got a lot of part fundings. I refused to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and I got it. I got it. I had to just make sure that I rewrote my essays properly and everything. So just keep doing you, keep moving, and you will surely get it. As long as you've dreamt it, you can do it.
Thank you very much. In essence, do not give up. It doesn't come easy.
Exactly.
Some persons might apply the first time and get it. Some other persons would get it the 10th time. Some other persons the
I knew a
5th
scholar
time.
that got it on
So
his
it.
10th try.
Oh, okay. Okay.
10th. If that is not perseverance, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So you don't have to give up. Some persons will be like, oh, they've tried one, two, and they are like, oh, this scholarship thing is not for me. So even if you have a 2-2, you have a 2-1, you got it from a polytechnic or whatever, just keep on trying. The best thing you can also do is reach out to the university. Some persons will be asking if they can apply with 2-2 or a 2-1. You can also reach out for a particular program you want to apply to and make inquiries directly to the university because
Exactly.
I'm not affiliated to any university. And yeah, it's better for you to get the information from the university and they can let you know, okay, with your results, you can apply to the program or sorry, you cannot apply to this program. So do not give up and yeah, keep on trying. Thank you once again for coming and yeah, and for blessing my audience with your beautiful smile. So hopefully we get to see
Thank
you
you.
again.
Sure
Thank you
thing.
and bye.
Bye. Bye bye.